Hello boys and girls, long time no see. Figured I'd record today's Eximus Stronghold Survival against the Grineer. Might as well do it live, I'm kinda in a good mood. Feel like talking a bit. So we'll jump in and see what happens. Felt like playing a bit of Garuda, haven't done that for a while. Also haven't been playing very much lately, so I'm probably rusty as heck. But we'll see what happens. I've got Naramon. I immediately want to activate Energizing Dash. But I don't have that because Garuda doesn't really need it. I feel like she would be pretty interesting to play in a Eximus Stronghold because she has a few gap closers and the energy leeches don't really matter. So we'll see what happens. I don't have any expectation or goals or anything like that. Also don't know if I'll upload this. If it's a complete flop, I don't think I'll bother. Ooh, nice aim. It's definitely not there at the moment. I also have a new mouse, a weird Japanese thing with like 20 buttons on it. It's shaped very differently to the typical one, so I kind of got to get used to having my hand in a very different position. So if I'm bad, I'll just blame it on that. What is this? The Eximus? Exergus? I don't mind it, it's like a bit of a delete button. I've got no idea what builds I've got on it, or what builds I've got on Garuda or the Eximus. I think I need to equip that because I needed to equip something. I don't have any melee weapon because I just wanted to use her talons. See, I'm constantly wanting to toggle into operator to activate my energy, but I really don't need it. Ooh. Not many Eximus yet, I assume that'll pick up at some point. It's gonna be really weird when we get the melee 3.0 or 2.99 or whatever they're trying to call it now. I don't remember what stance these claws use. Let's have a look. Actually, I don't mind this stance. Ooh, got some guys showing up. I suppose it'll be fine. Won't be too much. Won't be too different. Alright, need to start paying attention to that now. It's actually weird to have a melee weapon equipped. I almost never bother to do that. So I'm trying to hit my quick melee and it's obviously not working. I feel like I do better damage without having it equipped as well. I really like this frame. She got a lot of flack originally, which was kind of well deserved. She definitely needed a few changes. I think she got a lot of the ones she needed. I think she's pretty well off now. I mean, I'm sure there's still stuff that could be done, but whatever. I'm also pretty fond of Baruuk. This floor is a bit odd. It's kind of inverse to the other ultimate abilities. Exalted weapons. That's the word I was trying to think of. The term I was trying to think of. It's not really a ability you would use to take out a single dangerous enemy. It's kind of a trash killer instead. Because I feel like everything else is basically the opposite. There's nothing wrong with that, I suppose. It's also weird trying to build him a... watch it. Yeah, I kind of always want to build frames around the gimmick. So, you never want to just build every frame the same. You don't always just want to have just a generic tank build that can use one or two abilities. So Baruuk trying to use everything. It was weird at first because I thought his one was kind of the thing you should be building around. But I feel like it's more of a tool to use when you need to get his 4 up. But it's not something that should be running all the time. I think his daggers is actually his best ability, which is odd. I like using that solo and in a group. Which yes, I do play in a group. The only time I play solo is basically when I'm recording. Or when I'm trying to speedrun something. Oh, good boy. Some extra status on him. Ooh, something shot me in the back. Some heals going. Delete. Is that a roller? Sure was. I'm not a fan of this vertical jump she gets after casting that now. After casting both. I don't think she used to have that, but she does now. Clearly. It's odd. Where'd that roller go? I was wondering why those two are facing off. They've clearly got radiation on this shotgun. I think it's actually 100% status as well. I remember seeing someone building it with hunter munitions. Was it this? I swear it was this weapon. Which is odd now that I think about it. Because status is irrelevant for that. I don't think it has very good crit either, does it? I swear someone did that. That was like another content creator. I don't know. Weird. I also just realised that I've talked more about Baruuk than I have Garuda. I feel like she kind of speaks for herself. Gap closer on 101, health on 02, animation cancel on 02, and a 3 I guess, when those big firewalls come in. 1 and 4 are pretty self-explanatory. I mean, to anyone that's played her, I guess. I'm ahead and get this one first. Get the health pillar up. Point our shield at the majority of enemies. Delete that guy. I was trying to delete 2 at once, that didn't work. Interesting that I can charge and reload at the same time. I do appreciate that. So I rolled then to get through that first fire thing, and I hit the guy that cast it and just launched him. Ooh, big boy. What's my other weapon? Atomase. Let's try using a bit of that. Yeah, it's not bad. It's kind of a... It's not a single target thing, is it? It's a room clearer. Yeah, it's not a very good single target. I'm a huge fan of these claws though. Nope. Let's head over to the other life spot. Before we go back to the other weapon, I like having just a random delete button for someone that annoys me. Like, it's kind of really weird. Oh, hello. I thought those guys were a bit more hardy than the regular. That guy didn't feel very tough. It's alright. I didn't plan to scan him anyway. I think I've only got him for the Nightwave stuff. What was I saying? Hey, she feels... She's kind of like a... She always reminds me of Bayonetta. Garuda, that is. Garuda reminds me of Bayonetta. It's not bad. Some energy back. Yeah, that really kind of fast casty witch kind of player. Open the door, go on. That does go through apparently. Oh, it doesn't go through that. Noted. Taking some serious damage at the moment. Kind of letting them get all around me, which is not really ideal. Should be fine though. Yeah, she's also like a female Valkyrie, like a caster version of Valkyrie. Kind of a cool idea. Let's bust that. I didn't get any statuses on him doing that, I thought I would. Come on, mate. It's interesting. I was trying to leap to him, but I couldn't. I think it was because it was protected by this. Which is odd. I can jump to the main one, but not ones that are not enemies that are being protected by the main one. Can I delete that when it's stabbed? Yes, I can. Gotta say, I'm quite enjoying this. Good frame. Cool concept. I'm not a huge fan of that. Ooh, wasn't sure if that would work or not. I think that was a bit too high. Shield back up. We've only got 30 seconds, but I might as well go and activate these. Basically just sleep. Enemies won't get to me before this ends. Pretty stylish. I'm into it. Except for these sounds the orb above me makes. I forgot about that. Oh! I saw some weird jittering there, but I think it was in my head. Maybe it's because I rolled through this thing. Maybe not. Just in my head. Oh, not too bad. I don't mean to swap weapons. Oh, I lost my other weapon. I'm gonna go and get that back just for the principle. That's the word I wanted. Did I lose both? For some reason I can't get back to my my secondary. I also forgot what button I used to block. Because I remapped everything for this new mouse. There it is. Alright. Is this both or just the one? Wow, that's interesting. When I lose that one, I can't... When I lose my primary, I can't swap to my secondary if I've got her claws equipped. I guess because they don't count as a melee weapon, but you use the same button to swap to them. Oh, it's a really weird mechanic that I don't think I've ever noticed before. I guess she's the only frame that does that, and I don't really have much reason to play her that often. Oh, that was a lot of fun. I guess we'll go and look at the builds. I wanted to try out the Fluctus as well. I don't think I've used that in mission yet. Damn. Ow, not a big deal. I don't think I fucked up too much there, did I? Right at the end. Yeah, dropped into that hole twice. Fucking hell, this mouse. Maybe I'll put the model in the description or something, because it's damn weird. Yeah, so we only got rank 0 handspring even. I can't fit it until I get an umbral former, I guess. Chuck that in there. Natural talent just makes it feel a lot better to play. I do want more range. I don't know what I'd swap for it. I like having pretty much everything I've got here. Don't know. That's the build. Guardian, because why not? This is a lot of radiation and a bit of viral. Well, still a lot of viral. Yeah, so I don't know why people would use hunter munitions on this, but I swear I've heard... Someone told me there was a video of someone that did this. Maybe just because it's such high multi-shot and they had multi-shot on a Riven, I guess? I don't know. I'm going to try and look into that. Atomos, typical hybrid build with corrosive weight. Basically what I expected. Probably, yep, typical melee build. And swap this for, what else would I put here? Organ Shatter. Probably if you had a higher crit chance by default, Organ Shatter in there, or Drifting Contact, or just another status if you want. But I use this on basically everything, so I found it works pretty well on her too. Typical Carrier. Typical Burst Laser. Bit of a stupid Riven on there. I love this thing for applying statuses and just generic crowd control. Blast and Electricity or Radiation Cold. Very nice depending on what kind of ranges you want to be controlling enemies at. A lot of fun. Is there anything else I have to show? I guess the Operator. Just regular Naramon only for this. So I had combo counter sticking around for a bit longer. Just because Zeneric really doesn't matter on her. Just leveling this up, which I didn't even use. Typical Magus Elevates in case I needed them, which work very nice with Garuda if you're completely out of energy. You just tap that once, you got full health again, which means you've got full energy again. I don't know, I think she's just got a lot of... I've actually forgotten the word that I'm trying to think of. We're both going to sit here until I come up with it. Synergy. That's what I was thinking of. I feel like she just has a lot of potential for synergy, and the Elevate is just like another little part of that I quite like. I really need to redo this. I want to delete everything and just redecorate it. I don't know if that's something I could stream. It's an interesting thought. Rip Ember. Buy a dog. She was in my number 1 slot, but not anymore. Also, if you're watching DE, fucking add more noggles. There's like 20 missing. Maybe not that many. There's definitely at least 5 missing. There should be... Gotta fill that up. Am I done? I think I'm done. Yeah.